Good morning, everybody, and it is Fabulous Friday featuring me, Claudia Rickard. Now, I want to share with you something that I learned from my mentor, friend, colleague, Beryl Comer. She shared this with a whole group of us on Wednesday morning, and I really want to share it with everybody. I'm a sleep talk consultant. She's a sleep talk consultant and a trainer. And this is what she said. When we are first born, our mind is pure and clean like water. And we are only given good, loving, kind, nurturing words. In fact, even when we fall over as a child, when we're learning to walk, that's my cat meowing, we get encouraged and it's like, well done for falling over. We are loved if we get food all over our face when we're a baby, and it just doesn't matter. It's like, here, let's wipe it all up and clean you off. It's not a problem. It's not a problem if you wee or poo on your mother or father or whoever it is who's cleaning you up. It just doesn't matter. Your little feet are played with, and it's all wonderful. And then what happens? Well, as the child starts to grow up, it's like, oh, be careful, don't touch that, stop it. Oh, stop crying, stop your whinging. What do you want now? And all this mud starts to descend on the child. And they just hear things of like, go away, shut up. And then they might be compared to with their brother or sister or whoever. Well, they can do it. Why can't you? Why can't you colour inside the lines there? You can't write your name yet? All these sorts of things. And all this mud starts to settle on the child. And in fact, the child even starts to then compare themselves. Sad, isn't it? When Beryl told me this, it really stuck in my craw, actually. I nearly cried. And then what happens? The child starts to get a bit agitated and things start to happen. Start behaving really badly. Maybe scratching, maybe biting, maybe doing things to other children. And that can happen. And they get more and more agitated because they get more and more told off. So there's more of this comes on. All this mud, and they go to sleep with it as well. Perhaps they wake up grumpy. Very sad, isn't it? So what can we do? Well, as sleep talk consultants, we invite parents to layer love on top of that. And eventually, if enough love is poured on, let's see what happens actually, shall we? If enough love with this particular statement is poured on, then that O starts to overflow. And of course, when it first happens, the child may get a bit agitated because we're creating change. Oh, I quite like this now. That's looking a much healthier colour. And you continue to do that with your child consistently every single night. You may forget one or two nights, just get back on it and do it. And it just means that if the child is, as they grow up, there's more stuff goes on, because there always is. However, you that night, again, will be layering on the love. And it gets diluted. And eventually, the child becomes more clear-minded again. And they will stop acting out. Their behaviours will change. Of course, we all know that life happens, and there's always going to be more of this, which is why you consistently can change out that message, and they can go back to there again. I think that's a much nicer colour than the one was before. And in fact, who knows? Eventually, I suppose, with enough water, look, it gets clearer and clearer. So I think that is a great way of explaining how that works. Love conquers all. If a child is acting out, give it more love. There is a reason why a child is acting out. And I think as sleep talk consultants, we can help everybody change their children's way of thinking and feeling so that they do feel more like that. And I can only think that's a good thing. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. I am a sleep talk consultant. There are lots of sleep talk consultants. They're all over the world. If you don't want to work with me, work with somebody else. Please, it is really important that our children can become more like this. And that prevents them from having to have therapy, prevents them from having to have medications as they get older. This is so important that we look after and nurture our children. Things happen. I was not a great parent. Looking back at that, as I say, that's why that, when it was all muddy, really upset me. There's so many things I got wrong. If only I could have done sleep talk, then my children probably be in a much better place than they are now. This is huge. That as parents, because you know your child better than anybody, and if it's you who's giving that support to your child, then that is massive, absolutely massive, that you can do that for your child. If you want to know more, then get in touch with me or one of us. It's not difficult to do. It's very easy to do. It's a specific statement that you say to your child when they are asleep at night, which is why it's called sleep talk, because it's you saying that to your child when they are asleep. I hope you can realize how passionate I am about this sort of thing, because it's, I think it really is important for us to make a difference to the world. And if everybody can be more clear-minded, well, then I can only think that would be a much nicer place to live in. Free your fears and fulfill your future with Claudia Rickard, the English hypnotist. Bye.